Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic for HTML form, which is Enctype attribute. Prior to this session, we have already discussed this multiple times, like different types of attributes, right? So this session is in the continuation of the same, where we are going to talk about the new attribute which we can use in order to set the encoding pattern. Okay, so like by the end of this session we will be able to understand what is Enctype, why we do need Enctype attribute, what are all possible values are there which we can use in with Enctype. Okay, so I think now we are good to start with the session, but just before that I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. But for now we are just focusing on the Enctype attribute. Okay, alright, so I think now we can start the session. So here if you look at the code, we have just noted down the basic HTML code with one question for all of you. So this is a kind of assignment for you. You just need to write the short answer for this question. The question is, why do we use accept char set attribute in HTML form? So if you know the answer, then you can ping in the comment section, but in case if you don't know the answer, then no problem, you can refer one of our previous session where we have already discussed this thing in detail. Okay, for now we are just starting with the main topic, which is Enctype attribute in HTML form. So here we have just created one simple page where in head we have set the title. There is one heading which is HTML by Tech Sharmit. Now you can save this code, and if I show you the output, it is coming like this: HTML by Tech Sharmit. Okay, now what we'll do, we will firstly write one comment just to put the topic name here. So topic name is Enctype attribute in HTML forms. Okay, Enctype attribute in HTML form. Now there are three values. Let me put it like this. Okay, so let's put the values something like this: 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now what we will do, like we will put all these value once we understand the thing. Okay, so let me create a simple form first, because it is all related to form. So let's create a basic simple form with one button and one input field. So here I will write form is let me add button here. In button we can write submit, type submit. Okay, fine. So we are ready with this button, and now we will add one input field. Here we will write input field. In input field we will write type, text as submit, name, username, placeholder, and username. Now we can save this code and refresh the browser. So once you refresh it, oh okay, something is wrong. By mistakenly we have set the type as submit. It should be text. Okay, that's why it is showing as button. So let's put it as text. Alright, so now you can see we have one input field with the name username and one button with the name submit. Now what we can do here, like when you put something here, for example Amit, and click on submit button, it will take your data. It is submitting the form actually, but it is not navigating to some other page. Why? Because we have not specified the action attribute. So let's add the action attribute so that you can easily it's visible to you that something is happening after submitting the form. So here I will write tspgm10.html. Let's save this and refresh it. So here if you write Amit and click on submit button, it will take you to this tspgm10.html page where you can see the data as well. Okay, now the question is, what is related to Enctype here? The thing is that when we click on submit button, it sends the data to a server But in this case, who will tell the browser or server like how to encode the things? So it is only Enctype attribute that tells the browser how the things will encode it. Okay, so if I gave you the exact definition of Enctype, so it is the attribute of HTML that specifies how the form data should be encoded when it is sent to the server. Okay, now we have multiple values. So the first value is application /x -www-form-url encoded. I'll write it here for you and then I'll explain you what is this and why do we use it. So mainly this is the default Enctype value. So like whenever you are not specifying any Enctype, in that case also it will consider as a application /x -www-form-url encoded. Okay, so what exactly it is doing, it encodes all the character as a escape character except for alphanumeric characters and a special character. You got my point? Okay, let's see how we can use it. So to specify it, you just need to write here Enctype and then the first value, this is the value, application /x -www-form-url encoded. Okay, so let's paste it here. We are ready with it. So although like if I show you the output, it will not impact anything. It will do the same thing, right? Why? Because actually it is instructing the server like how to encode the things, but at the moment you will not be able to see the difference. Clear? Fine. Now the next thing that we are going to specify here, the second value is multipart /form data. Now what is this multipart? But before that, when we use application /x -www-form-url encoded, so it is mainly used for the simple forms. Okay, so where like the form data consists mainly the text and it is sent to URL encoded format. Okay, so whenever you are just using the form for the simple text purpose and data is only the text, then in that case we will utilize the first value. Clear? Now we are talking about second value, which is multipart /form data. Now what is this? So this, it is mainly used for the forms that include the file uploads. Okay, so whenever we are talking about the file uploads, whenever the form is receiving files, either document, images or anything, so in this situation we will use multipart form data. What it do? It sends the form data as a set of parts, which with each part having its own content type. Okay, so as I mentioned, like you can use it whenever you are using input type file, images, document or whatever you are receiving. In that case we will use this multipart. Okay, so let me copy this value from here and I'll paste it here. Fine. Now next thing is, let me remove it from here and here we will write text plain. So what is this text plain? So text plain is mainly used when we don't want to do any kind of encoding. Let me explain you how. So in case of text data, text plain, we send the data as a plain text without any kind of encoding. Okay, so it is mainly used for debugging purpose or like when you don't want to set any kind of encoding for the server. So in that case you can simply go and mark it as a text /plain. Clear? So yeah, these are the all possible values. I know like it might not be that much of interested because we are not able to see an impact here, but trust me, it is impacting server on a large basis. Okay, because it is deciding your encoding way, like how you want to encode the things. If you are not specifying this, then this is the default value. So let me write it here as well. So this is a default value. So don't worry, like when we are going to talk about server side things and other advanced things, at that time we will also cover all these things and we will utilize it, and I'll try to show you the differences as well. Okay, and the impact as well. So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.